It's Daniel Priestley, the co-founder of ScoreApp, and I'd love to welcome you into this part of the portal where we are going to get straight into the action, coming up with a concept for your scorecard. So it's really important that we get a great concept that people are interested in filling in, that they see it, they want to fill in the scorecard, they want to do the assessment, and really a large part of that comes down to choosing a good concept from the beginning. So it's pretty simple. What we need to consider is that any desire that your customer has makes a great concept for a scorecard. So all desires are scorecards. So let's have a look at some scorecard concepts that work best. Anything designed around a desire or a goal that your clients have is a scorecard concept. So for example, the key person of influence scorecard worked because a desire is to become a key person of influence. A sustainable weight loss scorecard could be a great idea. High performance teams scorecard, because someone might have a desire to create a high performing team. The magnetic brand scorecard could be a great one because someone wants to have a magnetic brand for their business. The professional DJ scorecard for people who want to become a professional DJ. So anything at all that your customer, your ideal customer, wants to achieve is a great concept for a scorecard. So have a think about what your perfect customer wants. What do they want to achieve? What's their desire? Other concepts that can work for scorecards is anything that leverages an existing piece of content. So if you've got a well-received podcast or a YouTube channel or a best-selling book that's already out there, you could do a scorecard that is in alignment with the content you've already got out there. So for example, the 24 asset scorecard is a good example because I had a book called 24 Assets and we have an accompanying scorecard called the 24 Asset Scorecard. If you imagine the best-selling book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, the Dale Carnegie book, right? They could have a scorecard associated with that existing piece of content, or like Mars and Venus scorecard for the book Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, right? So think about if you've already got some existing content that's performing, could you link a scorecard to that existing content? So here's an example. 24 Assets is an existing book, and it's got a corresponding scorecard, the 24 Assets heat map, we've called it. Now, I want to share with you a scorecard concept that works some of the time for some businesses, but it's not really perfect for most businesses. And this is about avoidance or prevention. So this is where your customers, what they want, their desire is to avoid something or prevent something bad from happening. So you could imagine something like the burnout prevention scorecard or the fitness injury prevention scorecard or divorce prevention scorecard or cybersecurity risk prevention scorecard. So these are ones where the actual desire is to avoid something, to move away from something. It's still based on the desire that people have, but it's a little bit complex because what people want is to not have something happen. So some businesses, this is the best scorecard for them, but most people, it's the positive moving towards concept that works better. Here's what's not ideal. So anything that's technical or jargony is not going to work. So if you're a nutritionalist and you come up with the macronutrient absorption scorecard, which means something to you but doesn't mean much to most people, that's probably not going to work. Things like acronyms like the WOD scorecard or something like that, most people probably don't know the acronym, so they're not going to engage with the scorecard. Your company brand typically doesn't work as a scorecard. So the BMW scorecard or the Microsoft scorecard probably wouldn't work very well. Or a process or methodology scorecard that isn't quite clear what the outcome is. It's not quite clear what it delivers. So if you called it the discovery strategy implementation scorecard, but people don't know what it is that they're getting at the end of it, that's not going to work very well either. If you're unsure, present a few options to your clients in a poll. You might set up a poll on Twitter or on LinkedIn. It's pretty easy to do that. Or even if you just put a post on Facebook and say, which one do you prefer, A, B, or C? And people can just put into the comments that they prefer A, B, and C. At least that way you're going to get some feedback. The other cool thing is it's going to prime the pump for people who want to fill in the scorecard as soon as it's available. So when you're ready and you've come up with an idea for your scorecard, you can basically just put in your scorecard name, and that will be the name of your scorecard. That will be the concept, and you build the scorecard around that concept. For the URL, I actually do recommend using your business name. So you can put the name of your company or your personal name as the name that will be in the URL, but then the name of your scorecard will be that desire or that outcome, which is the concept for the scorecard. So I hope that's helpful. I hope that gets you started, and we're going to continue on this journey and make sure that you get this right and you start generating a lot of leads every single week.